Assalamu alaikum. This is Aisha from CEO Club Pakistan. We are here for another motivational story, inspirational story of Coffee with CEO. So our guest is Wasif Khan, who is the CEO of Dvago. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum ji. Thank you very much for coming over and for this opportunity to meet you guys, and so that I can share some of my thoughts and journey also.
Sir, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Sir, tell us about yourself, your educational or professional background.
Right. So I have done my master's in business administration and marketing from Institute of Business Management in Karachi. And mostly my career, I've been in the corporate world for now around 20 years. And mostly my career has been in companies like Reckitt Benckiser, Cadbury, Unilever, and my longest stint was with Pepsi-Cola International for 13 years. I've worked in commercial roles, in franchise roles, in strategy, business operations roles, and the last role at PepsiCo was of Group Chief Operating Officer. I joined Dvago a year or so back as the Chief Executive Officer. I truly believe that a career is like a marathon, and you need to prepare yourself and gain experiences as you grow up the ladder. So I have truly believed that rather than just going straight up, you need to have different experiences in your career. So we call that career web model. And in that model, like I've done different roles, and after every 2 years, I used to have this aspect that I should do a new role so that I get new learnings. And of course, for that you need to get out of your comfort zone. And to get out of a comfort zone as human beings is one of the most difficult things. But if you get out of a comfort zone, then only you can go into the learning zone and the growth zone. During the course of my career, what I've always practiced and tried to walk the talk on is the aspect of that one should always remain positive despite of whatever is happening. Positivity is extremely important. And then working with a passion for winning is critical for anyone to succeed in whatever you want to do in your life. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, then you will be an average performer in that aspect. And the third thing is perseverance. There will be good times, there will be bad times. It is extremely important that we persevere and we do not lose hope. We do not lose faith in God. We should have self-belief in ourselves, and we should work hard, work smartly, be positive, be passionate, and persevere. That's always what I've tried to practice, and thank God that has helped me in growing in my career.
It's a very comprehensive answer, sir. So, what are the challenges in your specific industry? As a Dvago, you are a CEO of this company.
Right. So the most important aspect is that in Pakistan, the pharmacy chains is an evolving thing, but it's still it's in an introductory stage. So Dvago started its journey 3 years back, and we are a pharmacy retail and e-commerce chain. In 3 years, we have become Pakistan's south's largest pharmacy retail and e-commerce chain, and we have our outlets in Karachi, in Hyderabad, Multan, Lahore, and we're opening up outlets in newer towns also. The biggest challenge, I believe, was that in Pakistan, there's still in pharmacies you would see that the aspect of counterfeit medicines is still there. Then medicines not being provided to customers, which is stored at the right temperature. And then a lot of pharmacies, the neighborhood pharmacies which were present, they did not have pharmacists present in the stores. So what Dvago has tried to change the landscape is that we have qualified pharmacists in our stores, we keep the medicines on a proper temperature controlled medicines, and we buy medicines from the source, from the companies or authorized distributors only. So that is an aspect that the customers and overall people have acknowledged, and that is what is helping Dvago grow also, because we believe in ethical business practices, and our reasons to believe are very strong, that we will work in a way where we are servicing our customers, the patients, with the right products, and the right team. I believe that this aspect has been an important in revitalizing, in transforming the pharmacy industry. And besides us, there are other pharmacy chains which are also coming up, both retail and e-commerce, which are also doing a good job. So the aspect was to convince the customers that they should buy medicines from proper pharmacy stores where there are qualified pharmacists available. And that change is now happening in Pakistan, which is extremely important, I believe so.
Sir, what are the COVID challenges for Dvago, or not?
Right. So COVID for all of us was a difficult time, in fact for the whole world. And what we saw in COVID was that workplaces closed down, people were working from home. But what I would like to say over here, and I would like to acknowledge my Dvago team, is that our front end team, which was present in the stores, our pharmacists and our pharmacy technicians and all the staff, they've fought in COVID just like frontline warriors, like doctors, nurses and paramedic staff. They were exposed, and there was a lot of mental stress at that time. But our outlets were opened from morning till 2 a.m. in the night, when other outlets were closed down because of COVID restrictions. The Dvago outlets were open, and they were servicing the customers, and not only just servicing the customers, our pharmacists were advising the customers also. They were trying to give guidance to people on medicines, and also calming the nerves of people on not to get too worried. So I believe that the team Dvago played an important role during this COVID times, in handling the customers and the requirements of the medicines.
Where do you see Dvago after 5 years?
Well, the vision of Dvago is that we want to be Pakistan's largest e-commerce and retail pharmacy chain. And so we are steadfast on that, on our vision, and we are working on it. In 3 years, we have around 50 stores now, and we have an e-commerce business also. So we are an omni-channel, we are around 800 people plus organization now. And as they say, you're as good as your team, and I truly believe in that we have hired the right people on the bus, and we are trying to create a culture where people are motivated and passionate to come to work every day. So I'm sure with the support of our customers, our business partners, our passionate team, and with our board of directors to help us out, we will continue to strive to grow leaps and bounds, inshallah.
As you were saying about the trainings and all these things, so how you train your people, your employers?
So what we do is that when a new employee is finalized and they join in, we have a very proper and rigorous onboarding program. So we have and it's for different levels. We have different programs. So we have an onboarding program which goes on for 2 weeks, and the new employees are given a flavor of all departments. They visit the outlets. They interact with supply chain, with our IT, with our demand planning, with different departments, even if they're not from that department, to understand how the whole organization operates. And after a very robust orientation, we take presentations from our new employees on what, because they have come with fresh eyes, so we ask them what opportunities do they see in the Dvago which we can work on and improve further. So that is an important aspect which helps us in improving ourselves further. So that's how we cater to our new employees, having a robust onboarding program.
What is the toughest decision you have made ever in your life? For your organization, in your professional career?
I think toughest decisions are different decisions, I would say, I've had to take. One aspect is that I truly believe is that you have to take risks in business, calculated risks, and you have to be passionate and aggressive. So I have always tried to stretch myself and stretch my team, that as human beings we are capable of much more than what we think we can do. As they say that it's all within you, as Rumi said that. So that is so true, that God has created us with so much power, with so much ability, that we ourselves are not aware of that. So what I always try with my team is how we can push the boundaries to do better, to create gold standard aspects in our business wherever we work, and that's an aspect that it's very close to my heart, that how we can improve further day in, day out, and have a gold standard execution, planning, and overall operational excellence can be achieved through that. So that's an aspect which I believe that the more tougher situation you go through, it makes you more tougher. So when the going gets tough, the tough get going, as they say.
Yeah.
So that's an aspect I believe that pushing the boundaries is something that I truly believe.
There are leadership crises in our country. So what are the 3 competencies you think that a leader should have?
I think for being so there's so many books we all have read on leadership, and there's no defined formula for being a good leader. And I truly believe that it's not just that leaders are born, with the right environment, with the right nurturing, with the right coaching and mentoring, we can create a lot of future leaders in Pakistan. And I think for our youth, it is important that in our organizations, in our colleges and universities, we provide them that mentoring and coaching and nurturing, where more leaders are created in Pakistan. For that, I believe the most important thing for being a good leader is self-belief. You need to have self-belief, and you need to have the belief and confidence in your team. That is extremely important. The other aspect is you need to listen to others also. Listening skills are extremely important as a leader, because even as a leader you cannot know it all. So a smart leader is someone who surrounds himself with people who have the functional expertise, and takes advice from them. And of course, you need to have a gut feel, a strong intuition, and then you need to follow your intuition also. In today's world, where things are becoming complex and complicated, it's also important for leaders to have a strong grip on data. So shooting in the dark does not help. So it's important that business visibility is extremely important, that you have the right set of data and you analyze your data properly, and through those insights that come through the data, you can take more informed decisions which are better for your organization and for the people working in the organization. And of course, despite of all of these things, I think in leadership one of couple of more important things is your positivity is very important, as I said earlier, and your passion. If you as a leader are not passionate, then you will not be able to inspire others. So the leader has to inspire others, so that everyone can take that 1 inch extra to go further. So creating an inspiration around you, inspirational people around you, is very important.
So how we define success? 3 keywords for success.
Well, success for anyone and everyone can be different. A true success, I believe, is when you are a complete package, where you are for the organization that you're working for, you are working with passion, with hard work, with positivity, and you're giving your best. And there's no shortcut to success. So you need to continue doing that. As I said, that you need to persevere. Plus, success is also that you should take care of people around you, like people working in your teams, in your company. You should be compassionate towards your people. You need to have an empathy. For leadership is extremely important that in today's world, and I think in any times, leaders need to have that compassion, the empathy aspect in them. And the other aspect I would say is that taking care of the communities that we live in. So while businesses are important to grow and flourish, it's important that we take care of people who are not so privileged, and we do something about that, because it's important that in Pakistan, while we look up to the government, we also need to look within ourselves at what we can do to make our communities, our country better. What role should we play in that? So there's so much we all can do as individuals, myself and we all, and I think we need to invest our time and our learnings in our future generations, so that Pakistan has a great future, inshallah.
So how you manage your anger and stress?
As human beings, we all have feelings. We do get frustrated, we have anger, and we have stress. What I try to do is that, first of all, I try to remain positive, and I try to assume positivity from others. So that aspect helps me when I am assuming positivity from the other side, unless the other side has proven time and again that I don't need to be positive about them. But mostly you would find that people have their own challenges, and if you understand people properly, that if you go deeply into why someone is thinking like that, and what is the aspect of his thought process, his or her thought process. So if you can understand the way people think, then that helps in improving the communication, and also keeps the frustration and anger away. Because I truly believe that there's one aspect is of how I perceive of something, then how the other person with whom I have a conflict, say, will be perceiving that thing. And the third aspect is how would a third person be perceiving that whole conflict. So I try to remain positive. Of course, there are times as humans that you do get frustrated, you do get angry on things, when you see things which are not so great happening around you. But you need to remain positive, and you need to keep working with people to bring a positive change. So I believe that the right way forward is collaborating and influencing. That's very important. You can't, as a leader, you cannot just go and tell people this is what you want. You need to collaborate and influence in a positive way.
So any exercise or meditation you do for relaxation?
Well, I start doing a lot of exercises, but I'm not so good at continuing them. I have a strong willpower, but at times, because of work routines,
Yeah.
I'm not so regular. But what I do try to do is that one aspect is that is I try to read books. I'm also a NLP certified practitioner and coach, neuro linguistics programming. I have a keen interest on how the human mind operates and how people think, and the whole aspect is trying to understand people better, because we deal with people in our personal lives and our professional lives. The more we understand people better, then our lives become easier and happier and better, and we can also influence others' life in a proper positive way also. The other aspect is every time I go to bed, I try to think about the things that went well and did not go well, and if there is an aspect that through me, if I did hurt anyone, I always try. There's no ego, there should be no egos, and if someone has been hurt by me, then I try to apologize on that aspect. Whether that person is junior to me or younger than me, but we should try not to hurt others' feelings. That's an important aspect.
So, who is your role model?
My role model.
Yeah.
So I well. The role models, I would say, in the corporate life, of course, keep on changing also at times. But there was my seniors who I got inspired from, and I had them as my mentor. But a true role model, I believe, would be our Holy Prophet. So which we all should strive to learn from his life. Which I think there's a lot of gap in that. So he is our true role model, which should be an inspiration for us to follow. So yeah, that's an aspect. Yeah.
So, sir, at the end of our conversation, I would like to request you that give up optimism message to our youth generation to become a successful leader like you.
What I would say is that I am also a learner, and I try to keep the learning aspect always on. So you need to be a lifelong learner. That's very important. Once you think I know it all, I'm a specialist of this, and there's nothing more anyone knows more than me, then there your downfall starts. So as a leader, you need to always keep the learning cap on. The other aspect I think is important is that you need to have the right attitude, a positive attitude towards life, towards people around you, towards whatever task you're doing, towards your organization, towards your country. It's important to have the right positive attitude. And the three P's that I spoke to you about, positivity in life is very important, because like negativity is infectious, positivity is also infectious. So if you remain positive, people around you will also be positive. So positivity, passion, and perseverance are the key things which will drive you forward and inshallah make you successful.
Thank you so much, sir, for this conversation. And at the end of our conversation, I conclude this, that believe in yourself, and to be a person like you, as you are, you have a very positive mindset. So make your goals with positivity and spread positivity around. Thank you so much.